Okay, let's take a quick look today at this Bryke Racing part number 120-008 quarter 20 threaded insert tool. They offer a couple different sizes and a couple different kits that you can use for standard and metric. Got a nice big beefy bearing in the back. This piece right here is aluminum. Everything from here up is steel. Your mandrels in here are replaceable. It's got a standard 1/4 inch quick attach on the back. It comes with this big handle and these 2 wrenches. Let's take it back in the shop and see how it does. Okay, so now that we got it back in the shop, we have the Bryke Racing cordless insert tool in the drill. So here we have one of the inserts. Just a little metal piece with threads in it that I'll crimp down. What I'm going to do is just going to put that right in the end of the tool. And I already set my slip clutch that it'll slip when it gets tight, so we don't break the mandrel off in here. And we're just going to slip her in here. Drill's in low gear. Hang on to this handle, hang on to the drill good, and we're just going to give it to her. Right there you hear the drill slip over. It's in there good and tight. We're just going to back the drill out. And there you go. It's installed. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. So let's take this apart and take a peek inside. So what we have here is we have the drive side. Inside here we have the mandrel. We'll get back to more on that later. And this washer here is actually a bearing. There's little balls underneath it. If we put our mandrel back in here, oh, we'll let that out yet. We want to talk about that. Okay, so this mandrel here is some weird specialty creation or something. It looks like a normal cap head screw on top, but then it's got this smaller piece that's turned down and then threads. Now if we take a look at this is a arrow, this is a industrial gun. This is used in manufacturing and auto body repair and stuff like that. You see it more in shops because this gun is about $1,000 just for the gun. But this piece here, with that rectangle drive in there, is pretty much what you see in the back of this here that you can't see. But then they have this hex drive, which just keys in that rectangle and has an Allen head on it. And then their mandrel is just a standard cap head screw. Nothing special. You can go down to the hardware store and get them. And then they have this bearing set, which is just a real thick washer, a thrust bearing, and a real thick washer. And that all slides in this nose cone. The bottom washer here is just kind of to give it a surface to run on other than the nose cone. These bearings go out very rarely. The nose cone, you ain't gonna wreck the nose cone. This hex drive, I've never broken one of them. But what you do break is the mandrels. If you got a 632, that real small one, you'll break tons of them. 832, you'll break a bunch of them. You know, as you go up in size, it gets less and less often. 1032, you'll break them every now and then. 1/4 inch, you'll break them every now and then. 5/16, it's really rare to break them. 3/8, very, very rare. But even a 3/8 still breaks eventually. Because I mean, this is a bolt. Every time you torque it down, you stretch it a little bit. And that's basically what you're doing is, every time you pull an insert tight, you're torquing this bolt. Then you loosen it back off to get it out of the insert, put another insert on, torque it back down again. So every time this bolt stretches a little bit, and eventually it gets weak that it snaps. And it's normally it snaps right here. So this mandrel from Bryke Racing is about $9 currently. No idea if that price changes over time, but a standard cap head screw, quarter 20 cap head screw this length is what, 10 cents? I would rather pay 10 cents for a mandrel than $9 for a mandrel. If you do plan on getting one of these and it's anything 1/4 inch or smaller, I would maybe order some of these and keep them on hand, because like I said, if this breaks, you ain't going down to the hardware store to pick this up. Okay, what's my opinion of this Bryke Racing insert tool after using it? It seems to do the job pretty good. I do like the fact that they give you this 1/4 inch quick coupler. So like I said in a different video, you can take this quick coupler, you get one of these, you can get your drill bits that fit your inserts to have this end on them, and you can go from drilling your hole for your insert to inserting your insert real quick with one tool without having to loosen the chuck up. The other thing it allows you to do is you get one of these little angles. It allows you to get in a little tight spot. I mean, if I put this on here, we're looking at what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a little better than 6 inches. As I know for a fact, these commercial guns are about 9 inches with the head on. So from here to the end of this nose cone is about 9 inches on these commercial guns. So if you can get in 6 inches somewhere, that's tight. That's awesome. As far as these inserts, I mean, you can get these in all different sizes. This happens to be a 632, or yeah, 632. This is a 1/4 20. This is a 3/8. These things are handy. You're starting to see them used more in manufacturing. Actually, our last grill we bought was actually fully assembled with these, basically. They were everywhere in the grill already put in, so all you had to do is put your bolts in, which is really good for sheet metal. Because let's say, you know, you only got 12 gauge sheet metal. Well, you got this big piece here that's the size of a nut without having to hold the nut on the back side. You got a lot more room. These are a lot quicker than tapping a hole. I mean, you got to drill a hole anyways to tap it, so why not drill it a little bit bigger and put an insert in? The other cool thing about these is if you do mess the threads up on them, you just take the same size drill but you use for the insert, drill it, and this top ring will come off, and you can just knock them through. They also work good if you got a box structure, like a piece of channel tube that you can't get a wrench on the inside to hold a nut. You put them in there, you know, your bolt goes through, you don't got to worry about trying to hold the nut on the inside or trying to cut a notch or a hole back here to tighten the nut up or tapping it. They're just useful for so many different things. But back to this, I mean, it's got a nice big beefy rubber seal bearing on this side. This is all steel up here. My only complaint with this thing is I wish they would go to more of this setup with this hex drive and a regular cap head screw other than that mandrel that they use in here. But other than that, it's a good tool. I think it'll hold up fine. Only time will tell. If you have one of these, if you used them, even if you love these things, I keep these on hand. I mean, I keep all sorts of sizes on hand, but this thing, if you have one, love it, hate it, comment below. Click the subscribe button. If you made it this far in the video, click that thumbs up button. I don't know what else to say about this. If you like this video, make sure you click that thumbs up button. That helps a lot. Have a nice day.